Hi, I'm Jason Logson from Adventure Logs, speaking to you from South Padre Island, Texas. This is my favorite spot to kite, and I got great news. Gin is back, and they sent me their new Marabou 2s prototype to test out, see what I thought, and give my feedback. So today, I'm laid out the new Marabou 2s 8 meter with my own personal Marabou 2 8 meter. We're gonna go through some of the differences that I've noticed, some of the improvements. I've gotten to do one session on this and I'm really happy. So let's go ahead and check it out. So first things first, let's talk about the bag. One of my complaints about the bag before was it was just too small. If you're like me and you like to roll up your bar in your kite, there just wasn't enough room to be able to fit everything in there without the bar sticking out on top. Now they made the bag much larger, so there's plenty of room to put your kite and your bar, and everything closes up nicely. Also, they made the vent a lot bigger, which is good to help kind of air it out. So here we go. This is the new and improved Marabou 2s next to my own personal Marabou 2. They're both 8 meters. This is a prototype that Gin sent me to test, and they told me it is pretty close to the final version. There are still a couple more tweaks, but they wanted to get it out to me so I can test it. I've been told in the next couple weeks the final version will be released and available for sale. Now, I only ride these kites now when I kite foil. Big reason is I just absolutely love the way it handles. I love the performance. I love the agility. It is basically a peak that you can water relaunch. Now, if you don't know what these hybrid kites are, is as you can see here on this line, this little bit here is like a traditional foil kite that fills up with air, where this last 2/3 is a single skin. So you get the performance of a single skin, more importantly the drift and the powerful launch, while still having the benefits of being able to relaunch the kite. Now, in a previous video, I put this Marabou 2 on top of a Peak Fly Surfer Peak 5, and you can see that the profile was basically the same, and that's exactly what I want and many people want. They want a Fly Surfer Peak that is relaunchable, and if you're like me and that's what you want, this is what you want to get. So let's go over some of the differences. First off, it's this new fabric. This new fabric is the same material that they build their gliders with. It is lightweight, it is more airtight, and it is more watertight. Also, it packs down smaller, which is really nice for travel. And you can just see already the way that this kite, the leading edge, still sticks up. It opens up the intake better compared to this 2, where the leading edge, it does stick up a little bit, but it's not nearly as much. So you can just see that just by looking at it on the ground. Another small little tweak that I noticed, which is really nice, is they actually made the zipper on this 2s a little bit bigger. I've never been a real fan of zippers on kites, but I've had absolutely no issues with this on the 2. It works as needed, but you can see this is pretty small, this one. And you know, sometimes it took a little bit of effort to roll it up. So with this time around, they made it, I would say, about 30% bigger, which is really nice. The wingtips look fairly similar, but I think that actually they squared it off slightly, which will actually help in turn help with the turning speed. I'm going to take this up in the air so you can kind of see how it turns. I think it kind of turns a little bit tighter. There's, again, not much wind, but it'll be no problem. At least do a little static flying so you guys can see. Give it a shot. Quick inflation. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can kite with this. Wow. It seems to fly a little further in the wind window. Higher up. Nice. Let's see how stable. Walk around, not looking at the kite, not touching the kite. Wow. Dude, that's stable. Oh. Wow. After all that, still? Awesome. Alright, let's try unloading it. Dude. Holy shit. Ha 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 ha. I don't know if you can see me, but I like that. Ah. Okay. Okay, let's go fly. This is awesome. That's how light it is. Okay. I'm impressed so far. Also, they've done a couple other things. Since the fabric is a little bit thinner, it does flap a little bit more. So I was told that they have modified the trailing edge. This kite doesn't have it, so as soon as I get my hands on a final version, I'll definitely show that off. But I guess they found a way to put maybe elastics or something on it that tightens this trailing edge up, which means it reduces the flapping anymore, which is very nice. Other than that, though, they didn't make any big changes, which I personally think is good, because I just love the way that they made this and how it performs. If you look, it's got the same amount of plastic stiffeners in the same positions. All the points are the same. All the good things that make this kite as good as it is have remained the same. All they've done is done small improvements that made the overall package even better. The changes weren't just in the wing itself, but they also made some improvements on the bridle. Now this, again, is a prototype, and I've been told there is an updated version of the bridle, which actually will allow you to adjust your mixer on your bridle, which is huge. That's been one of my biggest complaints, is I want an adjustable bridle, so as the kite ages, you can fine tune it to bring it back to factory specs, or you can even cater it to how you want it. So that's going to be huge, and I will be sure to put a video up when I get my hands on the final version. So the biggest difference I see right now is the pulleys. This is more of a traditional pulleys you see in most foil kites. Now this kite has been well used. I put it away sandy and dirty and wet, and these pulleys still work just the way they're supposed to. But now with these Roston loops, I think they're called, it's just so much better, so much lighter. And also it looks to me that you can actually adjust your bridle this way as well if you really needed to. At least it'd be a lot easier than this. Other changes I've seen are the lines are a little bit thinner. They've now color coordinated the steering lines, so a little bit for safety. But other than that, I mean, it's fairly similar. Again, you got the color coordination with the different levels, which helps you sort it if you get things tangled. It's just really works really well. The best thing that I really liked is they kept telling me how they wanted my feedback, how they're really trying to listen to the riders, see what they like, and adjust for them. And that's awesome. Any kind of company that listens to its customers and actually makes real changes is just A+ in my book. I was always saying that I just love the Marabou 2, but I wish that they would update the fabric, and well, here it is. So I mean, it's like perfect. I have really high hopes, and if this is the future of gin, it's all gonna be awesome. Now the wind hasn't been very cooperative here in the summertime. The heat kind of kills the wind in South Padre Island, but I was able to get one session out of it so far, and hopefully I'll get another this afternoon. And I like it. You can definitely tell the difference with the new kite, with the new fabric. I think it drifts a little bit better. I was able to water launch this, which did just fine. It didn't soak up the water like the older fabric kind of did. And I also got a really cool bucket list item checked off. I've been down here for about 5 years, and I've always wanted to fly underneath the South Padre Island Bridge, and I was able to do it. So make sure you subscribe so you can see that. That'll be my next video. If I get a chance, I will weigh these two. If I can get them, the sand off of it and everything, I'll weigh these two. And again, this is not the final version, so it might be a little different. So I might wait until the two that I ordered come. I ordered a 4 and an 8 meter. I've been told that with this new fabric, it has a much higher top end. So I think the range is gonna get even larger. So I think the 4-8 is gonna be perfect. I personally now have a 4, 6, and 8, and I don't think the 6 is even gonna be needed. Or I just have the 6 as my traveling kite, because it's such a range, it'll make it just perfect for taking on the road. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. I'm pretty good about responding. Hopefully I get some time on these suckers and I can let you know. But yeah, gin is back. Exciting. So again, this is Jason Logson from Adventure Logs. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the water. Thanks.